Set for the second half from Bridgeview, right outside Chicago. Gorgeous night, middle of Memorial Day weekend. Chicago Red Stars lead Portland Thorns FC 2-1. Matt Peterson with Lori Lindsay. Portland looking for a response. 4 straight at home, now 5 of 7 away from home. And underway in the second half. Portland in white, they go direct off the restart. Chicago in the black uniforms. Any adjustments you might expect here in the second half?
Well, I surely expect that Portland's going to come out not happy with that first half and creating a few chances and really not getting Weaver or Smith totally involved in this game and just playing with a higher tempo than we saw them play in the first 45. And then for Chicago, it'll be interesting because we do see the substitute with Aguilera coming in replace of St. George, who we saw go down late in the game. So where does she fit in? Is it direct swap for swap in that player, or will they have a few adjustments in terms of how they play?
Jill Aguilera in her first season with Chicago from Northern California, played at University of Arizona.
And it does look like right off the bat, Aguilera will be on the left-hand side, pushing Rachel Hill over to the right. We'll see what Cuica can do, because that was one of the adjustments for Portland with moving Cuica to that left-hand side to deal with St. George and her ability to get forward. Now it'll be up against Hill, and Cuica here setting up a corner kick for her team.
Morse good slide to deny the cross. Corner kick coming. Sam Coffey has delivered every corner kick. In the 7th minute, she found Hina Sugita at the back post unmarked. Slightly flicked. Coffey's service. Not cleared. It's alive again for Portland, and it's a second goal from a set piece. Sophia Smith just keeps scoring goals, her 3rd of the regular season, and Chicago will rue its set piece defending once again.
And it's another really good delivery from Coffey, just puts it in the mix, and then Chicago unable to clear it. You see all the players around lose track of the ball, and then Sophia Smith, the first one there to react. Just a good first touch to set herself up right there, and then just almost a no-look finish. Catches Nair off guard with a quick release from Smith. Great finish from the young striker. We just talked about how she hadn't been involved in the first half as much as she would have liked. But 2 set-piece goals for Portland. They're right back in this game.
Really, really surprising from Chicago. They've done so much well in this game, but defending set pieces. 2 that you would say were soft, 2 that you would say should have been dealt with better.
And in the moments when they're conceding them right after the go-ahead goal, they concede the goal after Malpews in the opening minutes. Sugita ties it up, and then just in the opening minutes of this second half, concede the goal. Especially with all the work that they put in the first half defensively, clinical in their finishes when they got their chances.
Becky's ball headed central and cleared. The offside flag was up, a restart coming for Chicago. Sophia Smith, opportunistic there. She had time to take a touch even, and then hit it with her second touch. First to react as Nair will restart.
Oh, it was such a quick first touch as well, and then a quick second touch for the release. And see Nair couldn't even react with how close it was, but how quickly Smith was able to fire that shot. Just reacted quicker than the Chicago Red Stars defense. See all the players looking for the ball, losing track of it. Will be disappointed to concede in the moment they did, and just in the way that they did as well.
We saw Chris Petroselli, 31 years in the college game, first year with Chicago. Free kick coming here to the Red Stars. Becky Sauerbrunn disagree with the call. And the unfortunate thing for Chicago is set pieces will keep coming. They're conceding the wide areas, Lori. So we're going to see the outside backs push forward when you concede the wide areas. As a result, corner kicks are just a byproduct. They're going to have to figure it out defensively in this second half. Mallory Pugh standing over it. Portland sets its line on the edge of the 18-yard box. Here it comes from Pugh. Headed clear. Colaprico. Aguilera.
And there's so much space on that far side for Chicago. Just have to see it sooner. Rachel Hill, loads of space, and she doesn't even have to be that wide. They can get a quick little switch of play, find herself a bit more central, and be running at the back line for Portland in a dangerous area.
Third goal of the regular season from Smith. She can score in a variety of ways, using her pace. That time reacting off a missed clearance from Chicago. Wika throws it in. Portland had struggled to score, one goal in its last 3 games. And again, we spoke with Ryan Wilkinson, first-year head coach, about that. He said, you don't make too much of 3 games, small sample, but 3 home games. This is the defending Shield holders, high standard in Portland. And she reiterated that I'd be concerned if we weren't creating chances. Chances have been there, we just haven't been finishing.
Well, like most of these teams as well, the games are coming fast and furious, quick succession. So how do you rotate players? How do you utilize the strengths against your opponent? And that could be a challenge as well. And not the results they wanted at home, but have historically been a good away team as well. You want to pick up points where you can and really just focus on their play and continuing to improve on both sides of the ball.
Better here from Chicago. They keep possession. Off wide, Aguilera. Against Becky, deflected, and out for a Chicago corner kick. Aguilera's first move into the final third off the substitutes bench at halftime, replacing St. George. Bixby organizes her box. Pugh ready to deliver. 4th corner kick of the night for Chicago. Nagasato unable to control. Dangerous here, it's turned over, Pugh picks it up. Pugh cycles it wide. That time Portland tried to go right through the pressure, it did not work out. Milano. Aguilera. Free kick Chicago. Kuika commits the foul. First time ball, Aguilera headed straight to the top of the box. And Cook could not stay over it. Goal kick here for Portland.
And that is a difficult ball to deal with if you're Megan Alley, but she does well enough just to get ahead on it, knock it down, almost right into the path of Cook. Portland does well enough, not allow Cook to be able to get a good look on frame. Nagasato had made a good run trying to get in behind on the far post.
Direct here from Bixby. Picked up by Vanessa DiBernardo. She'll take it towards the corner. So Gita to defend. Pugh. Good vision, she's found Hill. Hill centers it and it's clear. It's good understanding from 3 veteran players playing off each other.
And Mal Pugh just continues to be at the heart of everything in the attack for Chicago. Just great awareness, fluidity on the ball, just to spin when necessary, to recycle, don't force it. It's a good little pocket of space to be able to try to slip the ball in. Good few moments from Chicago after conceding the early goal. Continue to maintain possession, but then press when necessary, lock Portland back into their own half.
Second ball won by Chicago. It's just beyond Pugh. Janine Becky. She must be careful. These central balls she's playing into dangerous spots for Chicago. Hill and Smith both challenging for it. See the goal scorers for Chicago: Pugh in the 5th minute, Hill in the 20th.
And this is why Smith is so good. Just spins, even if she doesn't have a ton of space or has not had a lot of touches throughout the game, just making herself available, looking to get in behind, spin the opposition, trying to draw fouls, just being active. Consistently giving her team an outlet to be able to go forward and try to find space.
Well-weighted ball. It's on for Pugh. Pugh has Cook to her right. Good tackling back from Kelly Hubley. But a good response, though, from Chicago since the tying goal from Sophia Smith. Deflected forward ball, and they're backpedaling now. Weaver in the corner, nice self-pass, but a good recovery there. Yasmin Ryan retains possession for Portland. Coffey. Hopeful ball into the arms of Nair.
Well, it's a good look at how quickly Portland can get into transition as well. Important touch from Hubley on Mal Pugh at one end, and then they're 2 for 2 in the back against Chicago.
Here's Mallory Pugh to the end line. Saved by Bixby. So confident, Mallory Pugh, from that angle.
And at one end, it's Weaver and Smith, and the other, it's Mal Pugh. Another great opportunity for Mal Pugh, just trying to pull Nally out, take her on 1v1. Just gets a little bit of space, tries to go for goal. Bixby has it covered, gives up the corner kick in the end.
Pretty good defending from Nally. You're on an island with Mallory Pugh.
Yep, just keeps her feet moving, doesn't dive in, forces her to the in line, allows Bixby to be able to close the space down.
They crowd the goalkeeper area for Pugh's corner kick. Driven again, top of the box, Colaprico. And cleared by Coffey. Foot race for Smith. Throw into Chicago, won by Zoe Morse. Morse played at UVA, 3rd season with Chicago. The semifinals, the playoffs last year. Chicago won 2-0 at Portland. First competitive meeting since tonight. They did meet in the preseason. Here's Nagasato. Look at that from her. Unfazed by 2 defenders. She's earned a free kick.
And this is an exciting Chicago team. You're seeing players be able to utilize their skills. Becky's not happy with this. She gets the yellow card, pulls down Nagasato. But in years past, we've seen Chicago, they've done well, but they've been possession-based, pretty methodical team outside of a Pugh or even Kalia Watt going forward. And this time, or this year, able to get players going forward in really dangerous positions. We're seeing Nagasato being able to get involved more in the attack. Ava Cook playing back to goal, playing simply to be able to get Mal Pugh on the ball, or Nagasato coming in from underneath. St. George stepping up when needed. A lot more dynamism going forward than we've seen in years past for Chicago.
Here's Pugh's restart to the back post. Goal kick given. Shouts for contact from Chicago. Here's the restart from Pugh. Did Did seem to be a push, but the ball's out of
Yeah,
play.
and not enough, though. It does look like already some momentum. Hard to tell from that angle. But not enough to call a penalty kick or even a foul on that play.
Sugita tracked into the back post. You talk about the dynamism. There's parts of the Chicago team that remind me of Washington's spirit with the formidable front three and the way they break. They're not an out-and-out counter-attacking team and a transition team, but you don't want to face Washington in transition. I think Chicago is starting to build into a team that has similar qualities.
Well, and I think both of these teams do. I mean, when you look at Weaver and Smith up top, that's when they're at the best, linking place in the middle part of the field and then looking to get in behind quickly. So far in this game, Chicago doing a good job of picking their moments when they're going to sit back and absorb the pressure, but also in the last 10 minutes or so, seeing them step up and apply the pressure and deny the ability for Portland to be able to go in behind.
Well, we know so many teams thrive in transition. We've heard on our coaches' calls from some of the European players. It takes them a few months to adjust to the transitional play. European game more methodical, more tactical. Portland has come back twice. Conceded 5 minutes in, and then the 20th minute, but have fought back twice. Good touch, Nagasato. Colaprico finds the switch. Free kick, Portland. Rachel Hill avoids a yellow card in her challenge with Cuica.
And it's the right idea from Colaprico to be able to switch the play there. There's a poor touch from Hill, allowing for Cuica to step in, and then Hill having to pull Cuica down. And it's a slight positioning for Hill, either get a little bit wider of Cuica or get inside anymore, because if you do have a poor touch.
Centering ball covered up by Nair.
Because if you do have a poor touch, then you're able to clean it up without Cuica being able to close you down so quickly. Slight adjustment in the positioning of where you are when that ball is switched.
Here comes the pressure from Portland. DiBernardo. Pugh supporting. Nair directing. Morse concedes a throw-in. Double change coming shortly for Portland Thorns. Here it is. Christine Sinclair and Megan Klingenberg both enter. Two veterans of the group, trying to bring Portland a go-ahead goal.
Substitution for the Portland Thorns in the 63rd minute of play.
Nagasato, Morgan Weaver.
Entering the match, number 12, Christine Sinclair.
And Becky Sauerbrunn
Additionally,
come off.
entering the match, number 4, Becky Sauerbrunn. And entering the match, number 25, Megan Klingenberg.
Good ball from Coffey. Direct to Smith, but well defended by Chicago. With those changes, you see any tactical change here for Portland. But first, a chance up the left side with Cuica. Good decision from her against the double team. Sugita with the delivery. Smith trying to turn. Colaprico defending, and now Chicago can break. Nagasato to Pugh. Free kick to Portland.
Yeah, it does look like it's just direct substitutions. Sinclair will find herself up top.
Ryan's cross, defended by Milano. Physical battle there, free kick to Chicago.
But Sinclair will have the ability to be able to drop a little bit deeper, help link play, and then get players like Ryan or even Sugita running out of the midfield. And then Megan Klingenberg coming in, direct switch with her and Becky Sauerbrunn. Typically a left wing back for Klingenberg, but we'll just slip into that role where Becky Sauerbrunn on the left side of the center back three look to play make out and link up with Kuika on that left-hand side.
Game getting more physical, more choppy, more fouls being called here in the second half. Short restart with DiBernardo. Nally. Smart ball from Sugita. There's Sinclair's first touch. Yasmin Ryan. Feels like both teams just trying to play a little too fast at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a bit chaotic. Just need to get the ball down, move it quickly, play the crisp passes into feet. And if you're Chicago, just slow things down and look to see when you can find those moments to play Malpew in. If not, just find a player like Nagasato centrally, who's on the ball right now, that can just switch play, find the open space in the wide areas. See the substitutes coming in for Portland. We'll see how long Malpew can stay on. I don't feel like she's 90 minutes ready to go after last week, just 45. Actually, here's the substitution for Malpew right now.
Sarah Griffith started against Orlando last week, and Pugh replaced her. It's the reverse here tonight. Another important performance for Mallory Pugh. She goes 67 minutes. Griffith scored her first pro goal in last Sunday's 4-2 win. Griffith played at USC, or Purdue, I should say. First ever pick from Purdue. Set a Purdue record with 16 goals last season, and now Pugh can catch her breath after a hard shift.
Yeah, another great performance for her. Always involved in the play, the focal point going forward. Been so good so far this season, just playing with a lot of confidence, even after missing a number of weeks. After picking up the concussion, another clinical finish early on in opening minutes of this game. Now it's going to be even more important for Ava Cook up top for Chicago, just to hold the play, not having that outlet with a player like Malpew being able to spring Chicago in the transitional moments. So can Ava Cook hold the ball, allow for more players to get up underneath, more players into the attack.
Deep throw for Portland, 69th minute, 2-2. You see the goals for Chicago, Pugh in the 5th, Hill in the 20th. 2 assists for Eva Cook. Sugita and Sophia Smith, the goal scorers for Portland Thorns FC. DiBernardo, Aguilera. She opens up well. Becky steps into the passing lane. Nice win sliding over from Kelly Hubley. Nally for Klingenberg. Coffee. Coffey's been a nice addition. She loves just finding the pockets, simple play, 1 and 2 touch.
And that's exactly right, Matt. It's just simple play from Coffey. Doesn't try to do anything too fancy. Has the ability to be able to open up the game, as we're seeing right here, with a big ball over the top. But the majority of the time, just being an outlet, being able to link play, move the ball quickly. After she gave the last ball away to the back, just gestured to move the ball quicker and have a higher tempo going forward.
Smith still in! And Nair covered the near post so well. Smith was so patient. Did not look to cross, just went straight to goal, and Nair stood her up at the near post.
And just so much of the time turns something into nothing, or nothing into something, I should say, not the other way around. I mean, she's just a handful going forward. Milazzo tries to dive in deep, doesn't need to go to ground there, just continue to see her to the inline, but Smith reads it well, gets around her. Nair does well to come out and make the play.
Try to go through Nair's legs. Nair covered up. Colaprico here stretching her out. Game coming alive, 71st minute. Going back to Sam Coffey. Is she reprising the old role held by Angela Salem on this Portland Thorns team?
Yeah, a bit of a different player. Ann Salem can break things up a bit in a different way, more of a disruptor, but very much the simplicity of the way that both of them play. So important, especially when you think about this Portland team who wants to get their wing backs going forward, regardless of what formation they're in, they want to attack quickly. And both of those players, Salem and Coffey, offer that balance defensively and in possession to be able just to keep the ball moving when needed, but screen the back line, especially in the transitional moments, just to deny the opposition opportunities to get going forward.
Coffey, drafted number 12 overall, 2021, went back to Penn State for her senior season, now in her first pro campaign. Away from Nowley. Nagasato with DiBernardo. Now it's Becky. Janine Becky for Portland. Good work in the air from Kayla Sharples. Aguilera. Milano for Sharples. Cook, soft layoff. She sold it so well. Here comes Chicago. Aguilera. Nagasato. Patience here from Chicago, DiBernardo. Challenge edge of the box, really good defending from Klingenberg, veteran play against Griffith.
But that's where Chris Petroselli wants Griffith, going forward, being a bit more direct in her play. And for a player that came on from Malpew, to be able to offer some of those glimpses, to be able to put Portland under pressure defensively, exactly what you want from the substitute. Good patience right now from Chicago. If there's nothing on direct, and just keep the ball moving, force Portland to have to chase.
16 goals at Purdue last year. Set the Purdue goal scoring record. Now we'll see if Ella Bixby and Portland decide to go long. They will go short under the pressure of Chicago. They break the pressure. Second line, it's won by DiBernardo. Here's Griffith, going 1 versus 2. So Gita tracked back well to help support defensively. Both teams getting stretched here in midfield. Becky with Ryan. Hustled back from Griffith against Coffey. Central, DiBernardo read it well. Sarah Griffith turning. Direct over the top. Bixby backpedaling. It's a foot race. Cook goes down. Shoulder to shoulder challenge. And back to her feet. How do things change now for Chicago, Lori, with no Mallory Pugh as the outlet?
Well, Ava Cook showing us a bit of her ability to be able to threaten in behind as well, not just a hold-up player, physical in her presence on both sides. But again, it just goes to the point where if they play quickly forward, but in terms of just keeping possession, they're doing a good job defensively to be able to turn the ball over, win the ball, and then be able to play forward, but no outlet to play into feet, so they have to have more options in between the seams to be able to break that first line of pressure from Portland and then get numbers going forward.
Here comes Ella Stevens. Third season out of Duke. Replace Ava Cook, assisted on the first 2 goals with some quality hold-up play. Here comes Stevens. So do you suspect Chicago will be more direct now rather than looking for Mallory Pugh dropping into midfield? It's balls like these over the top into the channels?
No, I very much feel like with Ella Stevens coming on, more of a midfielder by trade, especially in college, looking to play her into her feet. Again, still getting players to come underneath and attack in numbers, because you're not going to have that ability to be able to beat Portland in behind off of one ball over the top.
Here's Sinclair, top of the box, low hit, just wide. That came out of nowhere. It was started by Becky. Yasmin Ryan helped it on. You see Ava Cook, 2 assists, 2 chances created. Good night from the rookie out of Michigan State.
There's a lot of players for the Chicago team stepping up when needed. Young players. Talked about the injuries they've had to some important pieces of this team. And even Chris Petroselli said just trying to plug holes right now. But players really stepping up and proving their worth early in their career.
Short corner kick. And Chicago deals with this one a little bit better. That's been the spot that's been the underbelly so far tonight for Chicago, defending those set pieces. It's been consistent from Sam Coffey right around the penalty spot. Direct ball. And their claim. She'll quickly throw it out. Good pressure from Kuika, but it's on now for Chicago. Nagasato into the final third. Away from Sugita. Throw into Portland. Another change here for Portland Thorns. Olivia Moultrie comes on for Yasmin Ryan. Moultrie, now 16 years of age, was the youngest player in league history when she debuted last year against Louisville. Nagasato on her left, clips it in, defended well. Nally, another important clearance for Portland. And that's headed and saved. Big speed to her right. A threat there from Chicago. Ending ball from Smith, intended for Sinclair, picked up by Nair.
Yeah, and that was good defending from Morse just there, just to drop off and not get tight on Sophia Smith and allow her to be able to get spun easily and behind, just dropped off and force her to play into feet. And then it's a quick turnover for Portland. It's a good look at that opportunity at the other end for Chicago. Just going to always be difficult to generate enough power to be able to get something on that header to beat Bella Bixby.
Yasmin Ryded sitting next to Becky Sauerbrunn. 50 touches. Becky has space. 4 to her left. First time ball is clear. Throwing here for Janine Becky. Another player in this league, former attacker, former out-and-out forward or winger, more deep on the field in a wing-back position. I feel like every team in the league now has at least one converted attacker at an outside back position. Now Sinclair clipping it back post. Cuica will settle it. Cuica and Colaprico both challenge. Portland throwing.
You know, coming into this game, Matt, we really talked about the wide areas on both of these sides, setting up with the 3 backs and then the wing backs. How important would they be for both of these teams? Who could influence the game and pin the others back? And really Chicago having the better of the play. We've seen Becky get forward a couple of times, but not be able to serve dangerous balls in consistently. And Chicago doing well enough defensively to really keep Cuica at bay on the other side, who has been an important piece throughout the Challenge Cup in the opening games of this regular season for Portland in terms of her ability to be able to get wide and high, serve balls in, create opportunities in the attacking half for Portland. And very quiet night. Imagine some of that has to do with the defensive responsibility for Chicago and what they've done, but also just switching the side, playing on the left-hand side compared to the right, where she's typically used to. How much has that played a factor?
Rowan, Cuica, we'll look to take it quickly. You see the duels won percentage. 63% of the duels have been won by Chicago. Eight minutes plus second half stoppage time remain in Chicago. 2-2. Moultrie. Good balance. A little back here from Moultrie for Janine Becky. Becky's well defended. The switch is on. Spotted by DiBernardo, but a good read from Klingenberg. She stepped into that lane to get in front of Rachel Hill. Portland has overcome 2 deficits tonight. Do the visitors have a go-ahead goal? Kelly Hubley for Portland. Moultrie. Into Becky. Free kick given, yellow card shown. Sam Coffey in the book for Portland.
And a late challenge from Coffey, just coming in. Yeah, and here's a little cheekiness from Olivia Moultrie to try to get Janine Becky in behind. And right now you get the sense that Portland a little bit more on the front foot, been able to bring on some more influential attackers that can get in behind, but also help link play. We've seen Sinclair coming on, her ability to score goals. And so now for Chicago, it's just about being disciplined, keeping the ball and the play in front of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card caution has been issued to the Portland Thorns,
Aguilera.
number 17, Sam Coffey, in the 84th
Settling touch from Stevens on a bouncing ball. Colaprico, slightly overhit, intended for Hill. And now Chicago will try and press. Portland will try and build. Cuica, great turn. Play on. Chicago will with Nagasato. lot of dribbling. It works out here for Griffith. Off to the right with Nagasato. Colaprico. Throw in Chicago. Space on this left side. Tatum Milazzo. Vanessa DiBernardo. Long shot from distance, just past the crossbar.
And DiBernardo gets herself into a good position. Has to play out wide, that she could spray it out wide if necessary, but sees the space. No one shuts her down. Why not go ahead? It's always rising above goal.
Naperville, Illinois native. Played at Illinois. Now her 9th season with the Red Stars. Olivia Moultrie. Throw into Portland. 86th minute, 2-2 the score. Moultrie joined the Thorns Academy 2019 after playing for Total Football Academy and Beach FC. Here's Becky. Goal kick.
And the defensive performance from Chicago tonight has been really good. See them score 2 good goals and won't be happy with conceding the 2 immediately. Well, the first one immediately after the go-ahead goal, and then the start of the second half in the opening minutes. But overall, good team performance defensively behind the ball, picking and choosing when they're going to step and press, but also just absorbing pressure, getting numbers around, denying a lot of space for Smith and Weaver when she was on. We talked about Kuika and importance that she has been for Portland, and really a quiet night, and a lot of that has to do with the defensive pressure from Chicago.
On the opposite side, Laura, I've been impressed with Jill Aguilera. She came on at halftime. Tough to come into a wide open game like this. At the outside back position, she's been excellent. Good close out there. Good recognition from DiBernardo. She stepped to Moultrie. 69 touches for Vanessa DiBernardo tonight. Sinclair dropping into midfield. Coffey. Away from Colaprico. Those two have had a few jousts here in the second half. Klingenberg will join. Bad clearance. It's on for Portland. Good recovery, however. They got just inside of Sophia Smith. That was Zoe Morse.
And how quickly Smith just gets on the front foot. It's a quick turnover from Chicago, misplaced pass, and then Smith running at the back line. But again, it's the defensive pressure from Chicago. One closes down quickly. There's balance behind to make sure that they have cover to do whatever they can to not allow a shot on goal or any attempt on there.
89th minute. It looked like Chicago was preparing for a substitution. They will bring 2 players on here. Amanda Kowalski will enter, along with Samantha Fisher. Night is over for Yuki Nagasato and Rachel Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for the Red Stars in the 89th minute of play. Exiting the bench, number 7, Yuki Nagasato. And entering the bench, number 18.
Colaprico wins it for Chicago.
Additionally, exiting the bench, number 5.
See the change, Fisher for Nagasato.
Entering the bench, number 31, Amanda Kowalski.
Goal kick here to Alyssa Nair and Chicago Red Stars. 89 minutes gone. A lot of soccer left. If it stays 2-2, would you say fair result for both sides?
I would say fair result, but for Chicago playing at home, the way they executed the game plan and giving up those 2 goals when they did, will certainly be disappointed in that. And then Portland just felt like never really get momentum or the energy that we're typically used to seeing them play with in this game. So for them to get 2 goals in the run of play and off of set pieces when necessary, I mean, good away performance if it does stay like this in terms of the result for Portland.
Something to build on for Portland. We mentioned it multiple times. 5 of 7 away from home, beginning with tonight after 4 straight at home to start the regular season. Aguilera with the throw-in. Portland will throw it in as we enter second half stoppage time. A minimum of 3 minutes will be added on here at the end of the second half. Becky.
3 minutes will be added to the second half. 3 minutes.
Space on the left side for Megan Klingenberg. Clearance comes from Morse. Chicago with the turnover in midfield. Can the Red Stars break and create one more chance? Becky pressures. Sinclair. Janine Becky for Portland. Oh, nice from Moultrie. She is in. Olivia Moultrie crossing. And clear, top of the box, headed out by Colaprico. Nothing came of it, but really well done from Olivia Moultrie.
Yeah, good individual pressure and then just a skill from Olivia Moultrie to be able to get free on that right-hand side. No one crashing the far post to get on the end of the ball, floated in.
Rachel Hill, her first goal since last year's final. A loss to Washington.
Substitution for Thorns in extra time. Exiting the match, number 14.
One more chance here for Chicago. A change there for Portland. Madison Pogarsh has entered. Natalia Cuica has exited. DiBernardo for Chicago. Taking the space. Tried to cross. It was blocked. Now Sinclair over the top. Sinclair tried to get on the second ball. Another good aerial challenge won by Kayla Sharples. Third minute of added time. Corner kick won. Kowalski did well.
And Chicago's done well to just adjust, not having Malpew on the field, be able to go direct. They've got numbers around the ball, being able to link play, find little combinations, patient when needed. Now they end themselves another corner late in this game.
Aguilera delivers the corner kick. Smith tries to break away. Direct from Colaprico. Goal kick to Portland. Bixby trying to play quickly. Full time in Chicago. 2 leads for the Red Stars, 2 fightbacks from Portland Thorns. And the goals, Rachel Hill and Mallory Pugh for Chicago. And for the visitors, Sophia Smith and Sugita. And Lori Lindsay, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, for Chicago, really good team performance, good execution of the game plan. Will be upset that they conceded the 2 goals when they did, but overall really kept Portland limiting their chances going forward, limiting quality opportunities for Smith and Weaver, who we mentioned early on in this game. And then for Portland, got the 2 goals, but nothing in the run of play. You felt like they were still trying to search for the energy to be able to put their stamp on this game, but got the point in the end away from home.
Something to build upon for Portland Thorns. 2 goals away from home to start this road-heavy portion of the schedule. A rematch of the semifinals last year, and it lived up to the billing tonight. Chicago and Portland. 2 goals apiece. We come back to Bridgeview to wrap it up after this.